Hello, loves. Welcome again. Okay, so this time I put on a red scarf and red roses to match for Valentine's Day. So remember the sweetheart cake? I'm going to make another one and stack it on top. So I figured, let's see what I can do here. If it stays up there, great. If it falls, oh well, it's not for anybody. I'm just going to give it to some neighbors. So let's pick out the color that we're going to make. I already iced the cake and everything. If you want to see how I did that, I have it in a previous video. And I got, would you believe it? I got Let's Hang again. That's what the yellow one said. I don't want to do Let's Hang, so I decided to pick a different one. All right, as you can see, I am not looking, and this time I picked peace. Every time I hear the word peace, I'm like, peace in the Middle East. Been saying that for years. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll ever happen. Now, what's nice about this is that it was orange. And since I do not like being wasteful, I had some yellow left over from last time. So what do you mix with yellow to make orange? Red. Okay, so now while I was mixing, my scarf was getting in the way. It's not one of my most comfortable scarves. Or hijab. I've been calling it scarf since I was 9. So I figured to get it out of the way, I'm just going to tuck it in. Give myself some oomph because I'm in the itty bitty committee. So I do microwave my fondant a little bit just to make it easier to mix. I use vegetable shortening so it doesn't stick to my hands, and I use Americolor food coloring gel. I find that it was the best brand. So remember, yellow and red make orange, but I didn't like the color it was making. It was kind of peachy. So I decided to add a little more yellow to make it a lighter orange, kind of pastel, like the sweetheart candy. So someone in the previous video had commented, was I lying or exaggerating about the age difference between my husband and I? And no, I was not. I'll tell you guys the story of how we met in another video. We are 15 years apart. Kind of sounds like a, what's that word? Wetpad story. Anywho, back to the fondant. Now, I use cornstarch because I feel like it's less grainy than powdered sugar. When I use powdered sugar, I feel like it's super grainy on my hands and it doesn't feel good. Cornstarch is super soft, so I like to use that. So what am I going to do with this cake when it's done? I do have a neighbor who I've tried to give cake several times to. She had commented on one of my videos and said she'd love to try my cake. And I told her, I messaged her on Facebook because we are friends there. I told her, I've actually been to your house twice, but both times you weren't home, and I wanted to give you some cake that I had. So I remember her saying, well, we just got the Ring camera, so if you ever come again, then definitely wait for me, or I will answer and let you know when I will be back home. So this time I remembered her, and I knew I was going to cut the top tier, and that one I can just feed to family. But the bottom one, the yellow one, I was like, I'll save that for her. And I took it over to her today. I explained why there was a hole in the center. And she seemed so happy and I loved it. So yes, I did stop taking orders, but I still have a few throughout the year. And as for the time in between, the cake that I do create for content, I do want to kind of cut it so I can show you guys what it looks like. And this way, whatever I don't eat, I'll pass it out to neighbors. By the way, that was all that was left over from the yellow fondant, which is great. I'll add it to my pile, and then later on I can turn all of that into black if I don't need those colors specifically within the next couple of weeks. So you saw me using a mini steamer. I always steam my fondant because it makes it stick together better. And here it is all stacked up. I'm so happy it worked out. So let's cut this baby up and show you guys what it looks like. It's pretty easy to cut into right now because the fondant was still soft. Notice that shine, that is from the steamer. The shine does tend to go away after a while, but it helps to clean up the cornstarch and everything that's on it. All right, let's take a bite. It's good. I like it. I mean, I've tasted it many times before, so why not? And I just realized I'm waving that knife around like it's nothing. Let's have another bite, why don't we? And yes, I am eating the fondant. It gives a little extra sweetness to each bite. Some people like to peel it right off, which is fine. But it is homemade. It's marshmallows and powdered sugar. A little happy dance because my cake worked out. Thank you guys for watching. I do have another idea in mind to do a video for. It's one of those gravity-defying cakes, so I hope it works out. But anyways, thanks for watching, and just remember, you guys are the best.